Started the screen on and then go to starting. All right, going live on the next platform. Okay. Welcome back to Growing Up the Wilds of Suburbia, and I am your host, Chad Everett Brochures. What a fantastic ride life is. Yeah, I'm reflecting back on my day and the conversations I've had throughout the day, both personal and professional, and some blasts from the past and a lot of interesting things that have come up here. And it does seem to be the way that life works, right? There's this ebb and flow process to life. There's the ups and downs, all this stuff, right? And I think it's really fascinating is a lot of times if it's not overly chaotic or overly exhilarating, it seems that we kind of let it fall into ambiguity. We don't really give it as much credit or value or consideration that it might actually have something for the future you if you just paid attention to it. So anyway, let's get into this one is something that I do plan on actually keeping it kind of short. I don't plan on making a really long one today. But who knows, maybe I'll get some comments in the comment sections and we'll entertain a little bit more. I want to apologize also. I did make a statement earlier today on some of my medias or social medias that I was going to talk about some of the psychological or psychology elements and some of the tools used by specific types of imbalances like narcissism, sociopaths, and psychopaths. I'm going to save that for another day, but if you want me to get to it sooner, by all means, please, comment in the comment section for it. But today's video is on more of what do you do when you're in a situation where you're dealing with somebody and that person doesn't agree with you or you don't agree with them, but you have to work with them. You have to spend time with them. If it's a relationship or, an intimate one, a personal relationship or professional one, it doesn't matter. What do you do in a situation like that? Oh, a lot of times it seems like we're just geared to want to beat the other person one way or another, but we need to win the argument. We need to win the fight. We need to win. And it makes a lot of enemies in life, or it makes a lot of people that want to move allegiances or alliances with you away. And I find that's really fascinating is, do you have to win? Also, winning today may be losing tomorrow. It's not uncommon at all. Today's focus may look great, but the long-term consequences can be unbelievably destructive because you needed to beat the other person today. Like parents, two parents that are raising children separately, no longer in the relationship together. Could it be that you might make a really hard time for yourself because of your need to be right now? So what I'm working on here and what I'm going to offer is some insights on, disagree and commit. Like work is a really easy subject because how many of us have jobs where we're doing something we're not 100% bought in on? Your percentage values, you may have, if I'm not bought in up to 50%, I walk, so if I have 49%, I'm not going to be here. I'm turning in my resignation. If I'm at 49%, my resignation goes in a month, or from 40%, it'll be 2 weeks. If it's 30%, there's this percentage battle game that we kind of play. We don't necessarily tell ourselves that we have that percentage commitment. It's more of just a sensation of satisfaction. And then we kind of gauge our behavior around that. And what I find that a lot of us do is that's part of like winning the argument, right? If I'm not satisfied, I'm walking. And if it not, I'll prove it one way or another as I walk away or whatever that is. And with this, I was just thinking of one of the previous CEOs I worked with, and I absolutely adore this guy. I think that he has an amazing skill set. Yeah, JJ, if you come across this video, I really do appreciate you significantly. I think that your insights were fantastic. You had a great vision, and you're just overall just a well put together person. That even though that you're younger than I am, I still greatly valued your opinions and viewpoints and insights. But he brought this to our attention, and he read it through. It was a statement that Jeff Bezos made as he was growing Amazon, and that was, even if you disagree with the person, disagree and commit. It's the same. Everybody's on this venture called life, so disagree and commit with the person. And what that looks like is, I may not agree with you right now, but you know what? We still have this project we're working on. It could be we're working on raising these kids, or this kid, whatever. In the personal relationship, as the first analogy, we're doing this together. Even if we don't agree with everything, let's keep something sacred. And whenever you do disagree to commit, you still have something that's sacred about it. Like with that, it's the well-being of the child. If it's the business, it's the well-being of the business long-term, not short-term. So it's you hold a position to disagree with the person, but yet at the same time, you're not going to disagree in a way that you take away their opportunity to move things forward, the business or the relationship or whatever. You may disagree with your partner dating again, but is it worth ruining your relationship with your ex-partner as well as the child? With companies or businesses, they may be taking a route you don't agree with, but is it something that you perhaps might see an agreement later on, and perhaps you really should just say, you know what, I'm gonna sit on this right now, where I'm gonna agree with you that we need to move forward, but I disagree with you on the subject, but that subject's not going to stop me from moving forward with this relationship. Disagree and commit. It could be a powerful tool, powerful ally for you. And whoever thinks that they're wise enough to see the future in an absolute, I'm sorry, perhaps you got a crystal ball I've never seen and may never see. I don't see the world and the future in an absolute either. So I think that's a folly. To have yourself so incredibly convinced that somebody's going to do something and not have a margin of opportunity for surprise or error is pretty insignificant, or it's pretty significant in your ability to see the future in such an insignificant way. So disagree and commit. It's a beautiful place to be. Kind of a pain in the ass, though, because most of us are so incredibly ingrained with being right that we just don't care. We need to be right. Long-term consequences of being right all the time is you make a hell of a lot of people wrong. Even if they're not wrong, if your head's strong enough, you may even convince them they're wrong, which goes back to my earlier statement about a subject I was going to cover at another time. Yeah. Disagree and commit. I've actually done that with life a lot. Disagree with the course, but commit to learn and develop and grow and change. Create something great. Yeah. All right. That's it. Like I said, it's going to be a short video. I had no intention of going really long on this one. To the people that have, brought that level of opportunity to me, I'm actually grateful. And I'm extremely grateful every day that I realized I was able to get out of my own damn way to commit to the future with the game that I was playing with somebody else, or the plan that we were working on. Oh, it's a really interesting thing. And even if what you disagreed about comes to fruition and that it is what happened, something was a failed venture, if you didn't hang on with an open mind, you missed a whole lot of lessons. As you can learn from somebody else's failure in such a way that you don't make them wrong, they failed. You let go of that and you learn the lesson with them, but you're not at the depth of resource loss that they are. Oh, you can just be like, hey man, it sucks. I get it. I was here to the end. I saw it. I rode with you. Some things you cannot learn in university, and you won't ever learn it in university. You can only learn it in life. Oh, that's a really interesting thing to think. Most people believe that they're going to learn everything they need to learn in university. And I know saying it out loud sounds crazy, but it doesn't mean that's not what kids hear. It doesn't mean that that's not what may be lurking in the back of your mind as well. You're realizing that there are things you're going to have to learn outside of the university, but almost as if we put the value of importance on the university only. Like if I go there, I mean something in my life. The reality is, though, is you can mean something with all different types of experiences. Hate him or love him, I don't really care what your position is necessarily on, President Trump. But I will say that him saying that skill sets are above diplomas, I don't disagree. You know, there's certain places that, yeah, you need a diploma, and I don't care what your skill set is. I need to know you know how to do it before you get to it, like a surgeon. Yeah, I'm kind of interested that you went through the training for it, but there's other things that, you know, you may have more function because life taught you how to be functional. And the person has a degree didn't learn how to be functional. They just learned a lot of the nuances about the subject that may not even be applicable anymore because it was written from a novelty into oblivion. So you just never know. And don't dismiss what shows up just because you don't necessarily see the full understanding or the full story or the full subject. You know, the mile-high view. Don't dismiss it so quick. Consider that you might have to disagree with it, but commit to go to the end to find out. You're going to learn more about you and your ability to tolerate things you disagree with. But it's okay, and that's an exercise. It's a muscle. It's something that you really should do. Now, in my opinion, I'm not going to tell you should do a lot of things because I feel that when you tell somebody to should something is like shoulding on them. You know, a lot like the colloquial term, you know, don't should on me. It stinks. I try not to do that to other people too, but sometimes you just got to tell people, just shut up and bake cookies or, you know, color. Shut up and color, as my friend Grant Biggs says. Oh, I love that guy. Yeah, shut up and color. Stay in the lines. All right, that's it for today. I don't see a whole lot of comments coming in right now, but by all means, share this video with the person in your life you know that can benefit from it. Catch yourself if you're sharing it with somebody that you want them to agree with you and you don't want to agree with them because you probably should watch this twice. Yeah, listen to it. I'm not coming from I'm right absolutely either, but I'll tell you what, I don't really hate life as much as I used to with the smaller mindset or some of the people that ask me how to, I don't stress as much. And these are some of the ways, the insights. So thanks for watching. Again, share this video with a person in your life you know that this can help out. Even if it's 1% today, you never know what that seed will grow into. Also, you know, I appreciate your time. If you haven't already done this, go to my YouTube channel, Growing Up in the Wilds of Suburbia. It's subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. Like the videos. Obviously, comment. If there's something about the video you disagree with or that you don't, you know, you'd rather put a negative comment or something, by all means, communicate with me. You may find out that we don't really disagree in that area. We may actually agree, but we won't know. And just sitting on it and eating it or being frustrated can take away something. You know, I am reaching out to my social medias to interview people, to sit in conversations like I did with my friend Jim and chat with Chad. It's like I'm going to want your opinions. I'm going to want you to teach me. Oh, why not? I can only live the life I live, and I really want to live outside of that as much as I can. But I'm also restrained to the world that I see, and I want to see more. You know, and I want people to show me and tell me their world. So, anyway. All right, so I'm Chad Everett Broshears, the host of Growing Up in the Wilds of Suburbia. I appreciate you checking in and enjoying the video. Remember, we're all in this together, and, you know, let's create something great out of it. So why not? So, until next time, guys, enjoy the remainder of your day, and keep on the lookout. Hit the bell notification. It'll give you notifications when I go live on YouTube, which is going to be pretty much every time I do a recording except for Chat with Chad. You'll get a notification so that you can jump on